Top five at quarterback this week is number one, Josh Allen, as always. Jalen Hurts looks like he's going to return this week, so he's my QB2. And then we got Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert rounding out my top five.
Yeah, so with Jalen Hurts back in there, like you said, he is your number two quarterback. Any concern there, just that he could be limited or anything like that with this week's game?
Yeah, that's obviously a concern. I would say that his ceiling is probably a little bit lower than usual because of that. They should beat the Giants pretty easily, but getting there, he's probably going to put up a ton of points. So just based on his floor, I still consider him a top two option. But I'm not too worried about his shoulder injury. I don't think they would be sending him out there if he wasn't closer to 100%. So yeah, he's just too good to have outside my top two.
Yeah, definitely. Are there any other quarterbacks you might, especially be high on this week, or some top tier quarterback options that you might be low on this week?
Yeah, so I'm high on Sam Ehlinger against the Texans. He's my QB 17. The consensus has him QB 27. And as you and I both know, betting on the Colts frequently this year, the quarterback situation has been a disaster, and a lot of that's due to the offensive line has just been terrible this season. So Sam Ehlinger, he struggled in his two starts this season, but we have to consider they were against the Commanders and Patriots, who both have very good defensive lines. So that's I think that's the main reason Ehlinger struggled. But he has a much softer matchup against the Texans this week. And Ehlinger is someone who looked great in preseason. So this meaningless game between the Colts and Texans is essentially a preseason game. So I think he will thrive with nothing on line here. And the Texans could lock up the number one overall pick with a loss. So I'm pretty high on Ehlinger here in DFS.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I was laughing there as well because, the Indianapolis Colts have been one of our luck ranking darlings that we have bet on a lot, but they're going up against another luck ranking team, the most unlucky team in the NFL per our luck rankings, the Houston Texans. So no luck ranking edge this week. Who are you low on at the quarterback position this week?
So I'm low on Dak Prescott against the Commanders. He's my QB 10. The consensus is QB 8, but he does have a pretty low floor this week. If the Cowboys win and the Eagles win, it really doesn't do much good. So I think the Cowboys will do some scoreboard watching. If the Eagles get up big against the Giants, I mean, it would make sense for the Cowboys to pull some other starters, especially Dak, considering he's dealing with a hyperextended knee injury. It is Mike McCarthy, though, so there's a good chance he just leaves him out there for all four quarters, no matter what. He was still pounding Zeke up 14 late last week against the Titans. So this is Mike McCarthy, but this could be an interesting live player prop for us to watch because it could be correlated with the score of another game. So if the Eagles get up big, and they're still floating a Dak passing yard prop at like 240 or something like that, I would consider hammering the under because I think there is a likelihood or a potential likelihood of getting him pulled late. So while he's still in my top 10 to start the week, he does have a much lower floor.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And as host of our Bet What Happens Live, I think that's a great angle there to find, maybe a live under on Dak Prescott, as you mentioned. On the flip side of the ball there, actually, the Washington Commanders did announce they are starting rookie quarterback Sam Howell this week. Real quick, where is he in your rankings?
Yeah, so he's my QB 29. And I like him. I think, talk about other quarterbacks that have just burned us all year long. Tyler Heineke and Carson Wentz just haven't been it. And Sam Howell, he looked really good in preseason. I don't know why they didn't send him out there sooner, but I think he has a good game here. He has some sneaky rushing upside. So while it is a tougher matchup against the Cowboys, they should just let him sling it. There's nothing to lose here. Maybe Ron Rivera does know that they can't make the playoffs now, and they just let Howell air it out, let him use his legs. So I think he's sneaky. So he's my QB 29, but he has a much higher ceiling than guys in this range.